Всем хай, мы возвращаемся в The Outer Worlds. И сегодня мы должны помочь какому-то начинающему маленькому алхимику. Так, это у нас будет последняя миссия, у нас будет 10 тысяч, мы возвращаемся на основную базу и покупаем ключ. Во всяком случае, я на это надеюсь. Ой. Куда там лететь нужно? Нужен ключ купить и нужно купить ключ, короче. И возможно, перед тем, как куплю ключ, сделаю еще миссии, потому что нужны деньги. Очень сильно нужны деньги. Так, сейф. Да. Нужно купить какую-нибудь плазменную пушку получше. Потому что то, что у меня сейчас есть, меня не устраивает вообще. Опять вы? Ладно, почему я сразу сюда не пошел? О, это что такое? У меня же... А, у меня точно такая же. Почти такая же. Блин, название... Стоп, пока что назад. Сейф нужен. Так, по заданию сначала. Что у меня с заданием? Да, вот этот вариант я нашел. Так, стоп. Окей. А можно было уничтожить.
Get down to Roseway and talk to Doc Crane.
Окей. Так, мне сейчас все-таки нужно читаться перед ним, да? Или нет? Так, дневник. Да, нужно читаться. А, кстати, персонаж. Навыки. У меня же нет способностей. Да, у меня вот что появилось. Научное оружие. Блин, вот эти уже неплохие идут. %15 единиц здоровья вас. Чё? Это не надо, нет. Нет. Итого нужно 5 вкачать. Раз, два. Это не надо мне. Вот, три. Ну не так уж и много здесь нужно. Так, где ты здесь стоишь? Так, телефон тихо тут.
Any news on that thing we spoke about? You know, that thing? Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, not mine. It's for other parties. Buyers. This is gonna make me so popular. I mean, with the people who buy it, not by using it. Because I'm not. Only for testing purposes. Quality control. You would, right?
Ну, наверное.
Take this. You earned it. If you run into me again after all this is over, maybe I'll have more. Pleasure doing business with you.
Окей. Так, сейчас нужно идти на главную базу мою, да? О, у меня 10200. Ладно, погнали. Стоп. Нет, все. Это получается у меня последнее задание. Блин. Блин, а если бы я это все покупал? Частично броню, вот эту каску новую.
Back for a rest? Space adventuring is tiring work.
Да, именно так. Тут с тобой не поспоришь. Мне бы не хватило же денег.
Do return in one piece, Captain.
Так, что у меня там по весу? $92. Сдам квест тогда, и нужно будет что-нибудь купить. Хотя... Продать, то есть. Не надо, не надо, не надо, не надо. Так, это не надо, не надо. Ну все отлично. 10600. Блин, я бы вот это купил, но у меня денег не хватит. На ключ-карту потом.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Так, FPS свернись. Ниже где-то здесь, вот. Это точно то задание? Да, это нам не давало.
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do. What's that? Speak up now. What'd you turn up? Well, that's just swell, sweetheart. Good for you.
А, это ей надо было, наверное, принести.
A shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. That would have fetched a good price. I may have thrown in a batch of my famous sugar cookies just to sweeten the deal. If Auntie Cleo's exporting wraps from Monarch, golly me, someone's going to be in the soup when they get caught.
Я все просрал. Абсолютно все. Все, что можно было ей принести, я все просрал.
Bless your slippery little fingers. Isn't that just a shame? Prototype schematics go for a fair handful of bits around here. Darnation. It sounded like a gold mine, but maybe that's just my old hopes getting in the way. I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now. You can come visit anytime.
Давай мне.
Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. She's a dear. You'll love her. Now, was there anything else? Won a
Да,
charming
что-то
copper kettle
есть.
off that girl who runs the pub.
Сколько у меня
She's
вообще
a
денег?
fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
900 меньше 1000. Ничего нету. Ладно, погнали далее. По квесту. Нет, это потом. Сначала так. Стоп.
This is Halcyon News.
Нет,
We
Яна
interrupt
не
regularly
здесь.
scheduled advertisement for the following.
Иногда город вообще неудобный. Так. Вот лифт, все отлично. Нет, взламывать не надо.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable?
Меня зовут Капитан Папайя.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
А вот и я.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings, but there's a catch. If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you. Now,
Возьмусь.
get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood? Could be. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Так, а
Watch
что?
yourself in Stellar Bay, Captain. If you think this neighborhood is rough, Monarch will chew you to
Ты мне больше
shreds.
ничего не скажешь? Хотя ладно,
Be
плевать.
seeing you. Make sure
Есть
you
такие
aren't
долгие
followed on your
диалоги, я
way
не
out.
хочу с тобой разговаривать. Я сделаю для нее это задание. А сейчас нужно забежать в магазин. Так. Кухня, арсенал Ика. То есть все не то. Сюда забегу. Посмотрю, что там есть. Это ты?
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget. Have a look.
Купить, что у тебя есть? Что, шлем? Зачем это? Неплохая каска, 17 брони. Купить может. Семнадцать, а у меня сколько? 13. И здесь я хотел посмотреть. Так, и... И вот здесь, возможно, что-то еще есть. Нет, не здесь, а вот здесь.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Давай. У нее только оружие, да? Да. Нет, это мне не надо. Куплю кассу. Не, я ничего покупать не хочу. Идем на выход.
Hey, that pad down there, with the lights off, there are people
А, это не мне. Так, как там называется планета? Ясно. Ой, чувак ушел отсюда. Или... Это кто? А, нет, вон стоит. Надеюсь, смогу нормально найти планету и куда нужно лететь.
Ah, your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is.
Кстати, сюда еще нельзя. Отмена. Сила нет. А, вот он. Погнали сюда.
Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch. No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps? You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound. Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have. Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is
Так с ним можно поговорить все-таки.
An unusual wavelength is coming through Monarch's aether wave frequencies.
The eternal is in us all. The OSI would have you believe that your place in society, indeed in the universe, is preordained. A man who works in the mines of Hephaestus, coating his lungs in mercury dust for not but a few bits a night. This fate is set in stone? When he dies young, coughing up black blood, his part in the grand plan? No, I say. Greatness is in everyone, not just those so fortunate as to have been born into prosperity.
That was unexpected and odd.
Что это было?
Analyzing the subtextual ordering. I believe it was a type of sermon, Captain. Very zealous in origin.
Ну, с тобой не поспоришь. Вообще не буду вкачиваться. Я так понимаю, главное сюжетное задание нас тоже сюда отправило. Неплохо. Эй, конёк, о чем ты? Так, нам куда-то туда нужно идти. А так можно? Нельзя. Так, ладно, где здесь спуск? А, вот он. Какой-то незаметный.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Ну давай.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic, us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Ну, молодец.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Ты отлично выучил бесполезное приветствие.
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Mr. Sandra will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you?
Ладно.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor? I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tosswell poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Окей. Так, у меня задание не сменилось? Нет. Да чего сложный город? Так, не еще дальше или нет? Яхт-клуб. Еще дальше нужно.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Вот вход. А куда? Что? Тебя... Нет, тебя нельзя использовать. Может, нет. Это не активно. Это вне города, видимо. Или нет? Так, F5. Ай. Мне все-таки кажется, что это вне города. Вот же дверь есть. Чувствую, я здесь долго буду бегать. Хотя, не так уж и сложно запомнить. Так, где ты здесь? Какое-то подземелье прям-таки. Так, куда мне сейчас? А, это далеко, я не хочу сюда идти. Тогда сюда еще сбегаю. Помогу чуваку. Он слишком добрый, чтобы ему отказать в помощи.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff, and some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell. I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh,
так уж и быть,
Mr. Nandi's
помогу.
doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly.
Буду сводником.
I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises. You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides, a man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Так, стоп.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Плакать давай.
Sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Так, Себастьян, ты? Какой модняк? А, нет, ты не Себастьян. Но все равно модный. О, какая броня-то. Так, ладно. С Себастьяном будем говорить уже завтра. И насчет картинки тоже побежим, где они вообще находятся. Так, поручение. Это в городе. Это вне города. А, ну все близко. Ладно, завтра тогда все сделаем сразу же. А на сегодня все. Если вам видео понравилось, подписывайтесь на канал. Увидимся в новых сериях. Всем удачи, всем пока.